Sorry. All right. Sorry, my bad. My bad. Oh, fun. Fun, fun, fun. Waffle Wednesdays. All right, let's Okay. Okay, hold on. In an ad right now, sorry. No problem. I guess you can't hear me, huh? Okay, that's working. Good morning. I think it's back. Dude, it like totally froze. Like I've never had that happen. I've never had that happen. That is wild. Okay. We back. Back. All right. We back on YouTube. I think YouTube's connecting. All right. Everybody's back. No. The waffle's still good. Let me double check. I don't think we have to start the waffle over. No. Waffle is still good. Okay. I didn't have to cancel the waffle. The waffle is separate. So the waffle is saved. The waffles are saved. I have redundancy waffles. I have redundancy on the waffles, you guys. Come on. I'm a tech guy. Of course I have redundancy on waffles. Dang it. Yeah, OBS crashed, like straight up froze on me. And it was crazy too, because if it was gonna do that here, I thought it wouldn't just keep working. It even was changing the scenes without me even knowing. Like I couldn't see, like the whole preview froze and I couldn't even change scenes in OBS. That was wild. OBS prefers pancakes now. Oof. Oh my God. Oh, you know what the problem is? Here. Here's the problem. Yep. That was the issue. The headset was, my headrest was on upside down. I had to fix it. My camera's flipped. You know what I mean? EDOR. EDOR. You see that, right? Okay, good. Okay, good. Do you see the short circuiting screen back here? I swear it doesn't look like that. Okay. Does this work? I'm just going to say that every 2 minutes. Is this working? Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? OBS equals other breakfast stuff. You know, that was one of the big reasons why I went to OBS, you know? Spent all that time learning about the breakfast of OBS. Double 360 rad on this, you know it, Compagoon. Frick, dude, we're gonna delid this thing. We're gonna dual loop it. But the only problem is the other half of the PC is not gonna be inside the case, okay? It's just gonna be over to the side. Well, okay, we're back for now. Let's move forward. We'll see what fun in store. So you gotta stay tuned and see. You never know. So where were we? We were talking about boxes. No offense, box. Don't take it personal. But we were talking about boxes. You know, one of the things, as a guy that's opened a lot of case boxes over the years, the one thing that always really gets me sometimes is the little, what we call dog ears here on the side of the box. And a lot of times when you get that nice, sweet shipment from wherever, you know, you're gonna grab it, you're gonna put your hands in here and it's, oh yeah, real easy to carry, right? Real easy to carry until you go to open the box. Now, there are a couple of strategies here from the experts, couple of strategies here that you may or may not know. Now, first and foremost, if you do use the handles and decide to cause this problem to yourself, there are two solutions for you. Two. You can't find this on Google anywhere. There's nowhere can you find this on Google. So one thing that you can do, because you know how these are pushed up and in, they're over here. It's not over here, right? It's over here. It's in here. And you got to kind of dig your finger in like this, and you got to pull it back out so you can get the case out, right? So one thing you can do is you can pull the little ears out like I did right there. One thing that makes it nice and convenient sometimes is you can just open the box and kind of just push your hand in so you're not cutting, you don't want to cut yourself on cardboard. Oh my God, why would I ever want to do that? And I can sit here and I can pop the little ears out. Now, if I was, if I wanted to be more scientific about it, as far as having this situation with your box, just open it from the bottom. Because then if you open the case from the bottom side and you have it like this and you go to lift it up and out, it's just gonna have the ear flaps go whoop, and the whole case is just gonna come right out. Easy peasy. Or you can do what you want, like it's right here. You can sit here and you can dig in and rip these out. Make sure the wings are out, right? And there you go. Boxes 101. You'll thank me later. You'll thank me later. Pro tip, just gnaw it down with your teeth. You know, there's so many strategies that are out there in the world. So many strategies. I do like this foam on here. This is not the foam that falls apart. This is like the good stuff that's like one piece. It's like, well, here. What's there? Let me get this back over here. Let's check our other cameras now. Look at this. See, this is this kind of, hold on. 1 second. There we go. Look. See, this is that good stuff. This isn't that stuff that falls into the million, billion, trillion pieces. Okay? It's always nice. It's always nice. I don't like that. Camera 1, camera 2. Get a nice little bag here for your case, you know? Nice little bag there for your case. Get your beautiful matcha right here. But then, yeah, packaging wise, with the box, you got basically both sides. These, and sometimes they matter as far as, you know, which one's left and which one's right, as far as which way it goes on the case. But looking at this one, see, when I saw this at first, I'm like, oh, cool, that's for the back for, you know, the expansion slots. But then they both had it. So then I was like, oh, cool, so they're just universal. So that's kind of cool that they're more universal than just being specific. But I know how those kind of things can trouble some people sometimes. And I definitely don't want to deal with the mess. So you're welcome. Good foam. Use good foam. Of course it's eco-friendly. You know, one of the things, we do a lot of recycling stuff, you know. We might not make the entire box. Like, we don't make the product out of cardboard. We should. Maybe cardboard cases might be more eco-friendly. And yeah, to be fair, the foam is, it just doesn't fall. It's the foam that doesn't fall apart. It's good foam. It's good foam. But yeah, I like that. I think that's pretty cool. And then of course you're gonna get your nice, beautiful case here. Okay. Which one you want to open? Because I think the poll got nuked. Did it? Wait, what did the results say? Oh crap. Well, yeah, you guys vote. Should we vote again? I mean, you guys were pretty close on a lot of them. The hydrangea and the black were pretty neck and neck. Only 5 points difference, but the matcha did kind of go over the top there. You want to do it? Should we do another vote because maybe it wasn't fair? Something like that? Should we? Because Twitch did kind of crash. All right, let's just do a redo. Here, I'll go back to this really quick. Let's just do a quick redo. What color TR100 to build in? Black, snow. Oh, I gotta spell hydrangea again? D-R-E-N-G-E-A. Wake up in a daze. Yes! Middle of the week. Wait, last 10 minutes. There we go. All right, let's see if the poll nukes OBS once again. Here we go. New poll's up. New poll is up. Just do it again. I'm biased since I am Matcha Gang, but I wouldn't riot if we revoted. I gotta tell you, dude, the matcha is really cool too. I've definitely liked this color combo. I think this is probably one of the coolest colors we've done. The other ones, you know, they have their brightness to them and their specifics to them, but this one this fits a lot of features, right? This fits a lot of builds and stuff, like people, ideas. I like how kind of clean this one is, because, you know, this one doesn't have a window in it, right? So you really more or less take in the case design, where most of these things that we've been dealing with, right, are just fish tanks. It's just a box with glass, right? And it's got to fit my stuff and hopefully not overheat. So this right here kind of gets back to that all about the case design, and it's, you know, it's got to be something that looks cool. Also has to be functional too. So a lot of things in regards to that. The poll broke the stream. It could have. I'm hoping it doesn't. We'll wait and we'll see. No, don't do mentions. You're gonna break the stream. No, I'm just kidding. Thermaltake Live. I entered better TTV emote link and it got deleted. I have no idea. I have no idea. We'll have to look into that. What color shoes is Beantown? Hearing? Is that supposed to be hearing? Huh? What? What shoes? Oh, Shig! I just took a drink too. But anyway, I will always take an extra one for you, my friend. Thank you, Shig. Appreciate the hydrate, my friend. Okay, I think we're good. I'm just kind of... Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. We got the case out of the box. Let's see, where are we at? This is on our redo. Matcha's winning so far. Matcha's winning. You guys want the matcha? Well, if matcha wins, you know, let's open the snow one. Let's open the snow one. Actually, we might open a couple of them. But we'll probably use the snow one as a good example because it'll be easy to see the interior. Or, you know, maybe we'll just use the hydrangea one. Because I want to change the colors around later. Maybe we do a mix and match. We do a mix and match of like 5 different cases. Dude, come on, Twitch, man. You're only giving me 1 snooze after that. That's your fault. Actually, I don't know. I think it was OBS's fault, to be fair. So sorry, Twitch. I love you still. Yeah, Matcha's still up there. 30% so far. Matcha is winning. Are you sure about that? Oh. My world famous turntable. Thermaltake. You buy it straight from right from our store. I should probably sell this turntable by now. You know what I'm saying? That might work in the green garage. Dude, the matcha would look great in the green garage, my friend. It definitely would. Maybe we'll do some case giveaways or something like that. What do you guys think? Would you guys want a travel case? You know, some little extra, because, you know, sending a bigger case and, you know, that's a lot to plan for. It's gonna kind of like make you want to do another build, but this is different. This might be that little backup PC that you've always wanted, and you just need that little nudge, you know, that little nudge to win a case or something, you know? Maybe we might give it away or something and let you pick a color, you know? Your prize your way, baby. That's how we roll. Well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I'll think about it. I'll think about it, okay? I'll think about it. Now, oh, I got stuff all over my table. Yeah, Matcha's still doing it. All right, so we should be good. We should be good. I'm just like making sure everything else is working. We got NVIDIA coming in with a raid. Nice, right after we, had to come back on our stream. What's up, NVIDIA? What's up? Were you guys giving out 5090s to everyone? Were you guys giving out, how many 5090s did you give away? I wish I could have seen what you guys were talking about. I think a 50 series card would look really sweet in here. They said we gotta have a little bit of room inside. I wonder if we can fit. I mean, this is a pretty big accessory box. You think a 50 series card's gonna fit in here? We'll have to, maybe we'll get one. Maybe we'll have to get one and see what this NVIDIA stuff's all about. Do a little travel case, man. Get some DLSS action going on here, some 50 series. And the funny thing is that I got a cute little power supply right here. It's 1,000 watts. This little guy right here. This little guy, this widow guy right here can power your 5090. This widow guy. It didn't let me in the raid. How dare they? How dare they? Welcome. Get your waffle on if you guys want to get in on our weekly giveaway. Exclamation mark waffle in the chat. You see a lot of people doing it. Get yours as well. Don't leave hungry. Win some waffles with us later on today on the stream. But yeah, dude, I'm excited to see what you guys got going off on there. NVIDIA peeps, hold off on doing waffles. Mike crashed and is trying to get back online. What? Wait. What do you mean I crashed? I didn't crash. How are you saying this? No, it's working, right? Oh my God, you scared me, Grass. Come on. Bacon, what's up? Is it working? We're not having a problem, are we? The poll didn't crash it, did it? We see you, good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. No, it didn't crash again. See, he's just trolling, dude. He's just trolling me. Oh my God. It's Chippy's fault. We're gonna blame Chippy. We'll blame Chippy for that one. Yeah, we got our new travel case launching as of yesterday, and we definitely had to have that front and center here for you guys. Check this out, see some of the new things and everything like that. And yeah, we are going to be moving forward with doing a build in this here for February, and I got my eyes on a prize graphics card that I have in mind. So we're on every Wednesday. We'll see what happens and see what we get. Maybe we'll have some fun. Maybe we'll have some fun with it. All right, so you want to travel, but you need a PC. Thermaltake's got your new TR100. This is an SFF travel case, mini ITX, SFX, or SFXL power. So that way you kind of got some options there on the power for it. And then of course with that, lots of room for your graphics. I've had a few people do a couple of builds in this, both for CES, for people that were doing some video editing. So shout outs to them for getting some early builds going on with this and giving me some great feedback. That was actually really nice. Really, really good comments to hear about the feedback for that. So let's go ahead and get going with that. We have an ad break going on too. Oh, I forgot about the ad break. So let me wait for the ad break. Waiting for ads. Waiting for ads. Oh, there's so many cool things about this case. I'm really impressed with some of the stuff that we did, the workarounds and the options and everything. But we'll get to it here in just a minute. Just waiting for the ad break to be up. Got about a minute and 15 seconds. Now give me a second here to double check a couple of things. Oh, then, hey, it's great to hear NVIDIA's Jacob back streaming too. So hopefully he was doing some fun. I wonder what game he was playing. I always get to miss out. I always have to watch it later. Kind of see what he's got going on. I will have to give myself a timeout. Time yourself out. Do that. Yes. Yes. All right. All right. Oh, I bet he was playing Cyberpunk 5097. Nice. The new DLC. We got the new DLC. Sweet. I'm still waiting. It's going to be about a couple thousand years before it comes out. But he's got it. I know he's got it already. That's good. No, I bet that game, it's really got me interested to go back to play that game specifically for the graphic settings. I've beaten the game twice. I've done 2 of the 3 campaigns. It was a fun game. It was a fun game. Don't you dare say that. Don't you? Hydrangea won? Hydrangea won? It beat out Matcha? Are you kidding me? Let's go, Hydrangea gang. All right, we're doing Hydrangea. Okay. Well, is it because this was all that was on the desk? Is this what it is? What do we have? What was our, let's see. What was our poll at here? You guys spent some points on this one. I love it. Oh, wow. You guys did way more on this one. Are the waffles not working? Waffles are working. Let me check my timer. Yeah, I see waffles working. Okay. If you're already, dude, if you already entered, you're good. You don't have to enter again, okay? Maybe time, no. There's still 36 minutes left on the timer. Still 36 minutes left on the timer. Dude, those egg prices, bro, I know, man. I know. Yeah, I know. Waffles look like they're going good. I think we're good. Yeah, mods, you can remove that. Unless there's something else that I didn't know. Yeah, you can go ahead and remove that. I think we good. I think we good. All right, ad break's done. Too many things, all right? So, the new TR100. This is our new travel case that we have coming out. Real simple and easy to get into. One of the things that I love that we've been doing is updating to more of like a magnet type of connectivity. So like case panels have nice little tongue and groove options. They drop right down in here and just magnets, man. It makes it so easy. I really like, you don't really have, you know, you can kind of shake the case around, do some stuff like this, right? Like the panels aren't just falling off like it's just some cheapo whatever magnet, you feel me? So decent magnets, help support the weight for the panels and all that stuff. We do have a couple of screws in here, but for good reason, to make sure stuff like that lines up. I also like how there are little notches right back here, so you can grab the panel to remove it from the little notches right there in the back. Or what I see a lot of people do with this little cutout that's right here, and I guess it's kind of like what I've been doing, is just kind of popping it off from the side. So you do have a couple of options there as far as removing the side panels then off of the case. And then of course, if you go with different colors, you're gonna get a color matching filter to, you know, filter all of your audio and make sure everything comes in crystal clear. See how good it is? See? It filtered everything for it. And I like this too because, dude, this even has little magnets. See the little, it's even got like little magnets on here and everything, and like a little tab. So what you do is you just kind of line this up. Where'd it go? Here, let me, that way you guys can see the cool little inner workings. The cool inner workings. So then, like, see on the panel, so right here, see the little notches? So there's little notches on either side of the case panel. You're gonna see those same little notches right there on the filter. Of course, magnet side down. And then I usually just kind of put one side in and it just like that. And then that just kind of, and that holds it in there. Filter's not gonna go anywhere. Makes it real easy. And then you have a nice little tab here on the top to remove it. Super, super duper simple. Right? And then of course, I mean, if you want to, you can always remove the filter to get a little bit more airflow. Maybe it's something you want to do on one side versus the other. This is a really interesting case as far as how the layout goes, because you have basically your system kind of cut in half. where we're all used to just kind of like one direct wall and it's part, and everything's all kind of, for the most part, put together. But this one's kind of more or less on the graphics on this side, everything else on this side, because that's what we want, right? So making sure that you can fit everything here and then still have a good amount of room to put a decent graphic card here, even though we're keeping this barely under the SFF setting of 18, I think it's like 18.8 or 18.9 liters as far as keeping within that SFF category, right? So a lot of cool stuff there with that. I love the magnet.
So I grabbed my coat and hat, headed straight for the door. I was on a mission and I knew exactly what I was looking for.
And then to just give kind of like a comparison when you're looking at the cases with the different colors, like we have here with the matcha, you'll see that you got a nice matcha filter matching on the inside, more or less kind of going the same way. And then let me get just, these are brand new, baby. We just opened it. I can smell the new computer. The new computer smell is so good. Get this out of here. That's a nice bread tie right there. All right, we got those accessory kits. And then being able to have the differences as far as where we go with colors. If you're going with like the black or the matcha, you'll get a nice black interior. Looks really, really clean. Goes really well with the components. If you want that to be a little bit brighter, take a look at like the Snow Edition case or the Hydrangea Blue that we're gonna be building in this month. Thanks to you guys, and be able to showcase all your parts the way you want to, right? So really like the color combos on this. I would definitely say this has got to be my personal favorite as far as colors go, but there are some nice little options that each of them have, even though they're different colors. And yeah, I am totally looking at, maybe swapping some panels around and making some fun little colors with this. That's one of the big reasons why I wanted to have all four here today. So let's see if we can have some fun with that today. You know what I mean? While you guys sit back and wait for some waffles, you know? So the case itself, there we go. Let's get some other stuff going on. I've heard that one already. We'll change it up in a minute. Airflow and magnets equals when, dude, and I think airflow is so important when you're in a space like this. I think that you have to really kind of understand that, and as we'll explain, the case only offers 2 fans. So you have 2 fans on the top, and that's it. There's no other fans anywhere in the case. And you're probably gonna be asking me like, wow, how am I supposed to cool everything with only 2 fans on the case? And this was a thing that we definitely had our concerns, if you can understand, initially about, but as we looked and did our own testing with it, we have some testing results that we've put up on our website. And there's also been a few media that have already got their hands on it. And to be honest, dude, I got some really good feedback from them. Quite surprised actually that, they said the cooling on it was really, really good. So definitely awesome to see that. Definitely awesome to see that. Good coming in with a 44 months tier 2 subscription. Good. We welcome you, grace our presence. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good. Get in on those waffles, baby. Let's go. Yeah, we'll swap some panels around. It'd be kind of interesting to matcha the hydrangea. You know what I mean? And it's like, what else can we do with it? It's kind of like back in the day when we had like black and white and I wanted to mix and match and make like an Oreo case or just do some fun color combinations and everything. But I know it's a little unpractical because you got to more or less buy 2 cases, right? So, but it might be an opportunity for us to offer some other features to it as well. We'll just have to wait and see what we do. I think the color stuff is really, really interesting, and I don't see us stopping anytime soon. So keep watching for new stuff that we got in new colors, not just with new products, but with other existing series as well that we've done some other color options in too. So it's pretty good. Other than that, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Before you even ask, not a 200 mil will not, no, yeah, that's true, Box, yes, make sure that's clear. Does it come with the suitcase? No, The suitcase idea is still in concept. We might have some more updates like summertime, but it is something that we're working on. At CES, we did talk about colors for the suitcases and trying to figure out how the inside is going to be. There's a lot of interesting stuff that I've seen from like what people that use Pelican cases and other cases for stuff like this, and seeing all the interesting stuff. So you just have to wait and see what we end up doing. It might be a limited run for those, but I know a lot of people might be interested in a Thermaltake case because it's luggage. We're gonna do luggage now, like we've done furniture. Now we're gonna do luggage, really? And racing sims. I mean, come on, you know what I'm saying? Sorry you're late. No, you're not late. You missed us having a little hiccup there. You missed us having a little bit of a hiccup there on that. Put that back. There we go. Would the suitcase also fit 200 fans? It would, actually. You could actually get the suitcase to fit only 200 fans. But we got to wait and see the final results, the final results. But either way, back on the travel case, simple, easy magnetic panels for either side of the case. Make it real easy to get in for access, not just necessarily for your installation, but when you got to go back in, if you're looking at something, maybe it's a day or two after building, you want to just kind of check stuff out. I really like that it's not something like 4 or 6 screws in the back that you got to take apart and everything like that. The one thing I do like, though, is the top panel itself has a single screw here on the back of it, and it's actually captive and springy, which is kind of different. But either way, it's a single screw. Loosen that here on the back, and then it just slides back and off. And then that way you can just take the top of the case right off just like that. Super easy. It also has color matching filter on the inside. It is fully removable like everything else. I think it has like a little tab on it, but it's got the same type of magnetic connections with it. And of course, if airflow is a concern and you're a nice clean freak, feel free to take that filter out to get all of that extra breathing room for your components. But I would say the filter's not too restrictive as far as what I've seen recently with the way a lot of these filters, especially this one. I like this filter a lot. It's real easy to remove, super easy to clean, and helps keep the dust out of your PC. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, super simple. One single screw here on the back to remove the top panel. And, it just slots right back in here. The little notches here on the side, and just kind of locks right back in place like that. So nice breathing room there on the top, though, for sure. Now let's see. What do we want to do next? All right, let's keep the hands-free thing going on. Now, one thing you might not have known is that there is another screw right here on the bottom of the case. Now, this is really cool because with a small form factor case, you kind of have, it's hard to get, there's a lot of room. You got to figure out some stuff, especially with the cable management. Especially, one of the things that I really like is that the entire base also comes out of the case. So single screw, just like the top, unscrew that, and that opens you all the way through the case. And you will see as we go forward with doing the build and actually getting all the cables and getting it set up the right way, you'll see how much of an advantage it is. I mean, we have a cutout for the power supply. We'll talk about that. But just imagine when you're doing the initial build, the fact that the entire base, even with the cute little feet, and that all comes off, just giving you a lot more accessibility to it. We want to make it easier for you to build your PC. We're just trying. We're trying, guys. We're trying hard. Thank you guys, by the way, for all the new follows. Much appreciated with that. I got my activity thing's off too. Hold on. Where is my activity? So I can see all of my new followers here. There we go. It gives me my activity feed. Yeah, my OBS crashed earlier, so I had to restart the stream. So fun stuff, right? I just want to make sure I see all of, okay. There we go. Thanks, Will. Appreciate the follow, man. Yeah, I love how this all kind of breaks open to kind of just have the access where I want it, right? I mean, the case itself, I mean, as far as, how you look at it, it's kind of funny because this just like really bottoms out the case. And I mean, I've literally taken this off with no tools. So again, making it nice and simple to be able to get into your case when you want it to. Let's see here. Let's change up our music here for a second. Might as well switch all this stuff up. Sorry, YouTube. I'm going to have to kind of, you know, I'm going to have to do that thing. Sorry. Just get a little bit of background going on here. And then we set this up. There we go. There we go. Play some corn. It's probably in the list. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, maybe I will later. Maybe I will, actually. Maybe I will. Let's not. We're not a music request channel here, okay? We're not a music request channel. Oh, whoops. All right. Swish coming in with a prime. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So yeah, dude, I really dig that the bottom part of the case comes out for that first initial build. Look how cool this is. It's like here is like if you're building a house, you start here, right? When you're building a PC, you start here, and then you just put this on there. It's almost like, I don't know. It's just kind of interesting. I don't remember us necessarily having it like this where you could remove the entire base out of the case, minus some other cases we had that would stack, like X9 and stuff like that. Those cases where you could take the floor off to attach it to the top and you could double stack them. So this kind of brings me back on that. But again, like I said, dude, makes it so much easier for you to be able to get in there on that. So much easier to get in on that. Now, with the rest of the case, I mean, I know you guys are like, oh, well, the front panel comes off, right? Well, we're going to have to get a screwdriver, so. Let's get our first tool out. I mean, we haven't been able to do much, right? But I think that's kind of interesting, and that's going to go that's going to give you some options in regards to this. Or in regards to, like, you know, doing your initial build by being able to pop that out. So I do like how the base comes out of there. Single screw on the side right here, single screw right here on the side for the top panel. Now, once you remove the screw, you're going to want to pull to your right side. You're going to want to pull to the side where the screw is. So this will kind of go back on and then it shifts back over that way, right? It's got little clips on the back. You can see kind of holds it in place. And then you have the screw right here to keep that in place. Now, another thing as you're going forward with the build is once you do remove this particular panel, because, you know, it gives you some nice access to stuff while you're doing the building and everything. You do also have an accessory box. Let me see if I got, this is the matcha one. We do also have the accessory box that is going to have the color matching replacement panel so that if you are planning on getting the screen as an upgrade option, you'll have the color matching insert already, or you can just kind of use it and put something else in there. I mean, to be fair, I mean, there's a lot of options with even something like this that you can DIY yourself, but you have that as a nice little option in the box already for the color of the case that you end up purchasing, right? This isn't Thermal Request Live. I know. Oh, that's actually a Thermal Request Live. I like that. That's pretty good. Is it raining? It was. It was actually. I know. Silly jokes. But all right, so when you take out the top part, this gets a little loose. Basically, this part is held in by the top. So don't try to pull the bottom part off without taking the top off first. And then as you see right here, it's just a little lift up. See how it's kind of loose already? But with this, just kind of, let's see, the IO right here. So the IO is all still attached on the front panel. Now, of course, you can remove the IO, but there's no screws on this. There's no clips. You don't want to pull it back like most people would think, you know, you kind of pop it off. Don't do that. That's not how this one works. This one's got a slide lock here. Once you remove this, this just kind of lifts up and it makes it loose from the case. There's no screws, nothing on there like that. Hey, WaffleBot. Good to see you, WaffleBot. And then with that in mind, I can come over here. Actually, I can kind of flip this completely upside down, because you're going to see the panel right there is going to be a little bit loose there. But let's go ahead and we'll take the IO out. We'll take the IO out this way, and then we can talk about it. This actually will make it pretty easy to see everything. Just get a couple of these cable ties off here. You know, these work really good for my bread, you know, because I'm an American. This is how I seal my bread up. You know, I've seen all the videos on the best ways to do it. They're all online right now. I've seen them all. And then with the IO, as far as how this goes, this is routed. It's kind of hard to see, I guess, but this is routed behind this, which is your power supply cage. And then this right here is your internal power cord. So this is actually going to plug into the power supply to give you more of a native type of setup that you're used to, plugging this into your surge protector. So you're not having to worry about plugging something in like on the bottom of the case, right? So we had to think about that too with the location as far as where we ended up putting said power supply. Now, maybe I might have to take this out. It might help me a little bit here. I don't want to pull too hard on that. So let's go ahead and show you guys this. And then we can go forward with the more cable talk. Because I know cables is going to be a big thing. I think cables is going to be a really big thing for this case, and how you manage the cables is really going to make or break your build. I really feel that way. So, all right, let's get in here. Now, as you see right here with that, like the front panel, like I said, it doesn't necessarily lock in, but it just kind of holds it in place. And then the top panel is what really more or less secures it. You have your power supply cover or bracket for your power supply located right here. And turn this down a little bit just so I can focus up on this, because there's a lot of stuff, right? So with the cage, you have 2 screws, 1 on each side. Goes right here. And then see, this is another thing that I really like, is that the power cage is removable, so I can then install this onto my power supply without trying to lose the screws here. There we go. And then this removes, this is going to be your power supply cage. Now remember, this is going to be SFX, so you're going to see the 3 and the 3 on either side. Doesn't mean you need 6 screws for your power supply. It's just to support the compatibility for it. And then with this particular bracket, I can use either an SFX or an SFXL type of power supply, because it meets the same width. It's just one unit is going to be longer than the other. With that, once I have that removed there outside the case, then that kind of frees up a lot of the cables. As you can see, the cables for the front panel are all kind of attached there. Just be really careful if this is something that you want to even take out. I would say a lot of people not necessarily will, but I want to show you how, just in case you need to. And the one thing that would be really important is, you can see all these little plastic hooks are just little hooks that hook on there. So again, don't try to pull the panel off or try to see it, like think that it's just going to come off like some other cases. Hopefully you're watching this stream or checking out the manual and stuff as far as how this comes out, so that you have a good experience with that. Now, with that being said, for a lot of my DIYers that are out there, once you do remove this particular panel, the IO and everything is of course color matched, as well as a perforation, but you can see there are tabs here in the back for the perforation, so you can remove this and take off the metal if you wanted. There's something you wanted to paint this to do like a 2-tone type of color. We've made it really simple here with the IO. The IO's got a couple of screws. You can fully remove that. And as you can see, it's all one piece on the PCB, making it real easy. And I got to tell you, I really like the fact that we're going all white with the white interior type of cases with all of the cable connections. Yeah, I know. It's still mustard and hot dog. When is this going to change, right? Our good friend HD Audio. How did I ever think that HD Audio would be the last thing to change? I thought HD audio was going to be it was going to be gone by now, and there'd be like a different way to go, right? Type C, absolutely, we got that. This is our USB 3, just to kind of showcase that. It's all white. It's got these like serial ATA or like the SATA type of cables are all flat. Makes it real nice for routing. And then you basically got your standard 2-into-1 for your USB 3.0 internal header. Then you have, of course, your USB Type-C connection right here. This is a Gen 2 Type-C connector on this. And you don't have to worry about the length and everything. You'll get the full bandwidth on this to support that Type-C connector. And then you have our front panel audio. So where it says F panel, this is all now one piece, where before it was the little breakouts, little individual pins and stuff. So this has been a lot more streamlined to make it real easy. But, you know, I gotta say, ever since we switched over to this, and it's people that I talk to, right? Because you know what bugs them? The HD activity light. And then they're like, because usually if the little red flashy light that's going to be on the case, right, when the hard drive is reacting, a lot of people unplug that because they don't want to see the flashy lights, right? So that makes it a little bit more difficult with this in regards to that. But you know, check your BIOS for options. And then of course we have that front panel with the still. And I've brought this up and I said, dude, does it really still got to be colored like this? Like why can't they just shrink this all the way? Or why can't, you know what I mean? Why? Help, why? You know, but either way, you're not going to see it too much. It's not too much of a worry, but this is how the front panel comes off of the case. Oh, look at the matching emotes. But look how, you know, pretty simple. And again, like I said, there's a couple screws here to remove the PCB completely. If you do ever have an issue, say you purchase the case and your USBs may be defective, the button's not working, you know, stuff like that. One of the nice things that we like to offer is we can just send you this part, just this part itself, and you can just remove this one and swap it out with the one that you have versus having to send the entire case back, right? So hopefully nobody has any issues. I rarely see IO have too much of a problem. It's usually, you know, this gets a little banged up and broken sometimes with what's going on, but you know how it goes. You know, treat your stuff correctly, right? Give it a, you know, be nice to your stuff. Yeah, front panel, that's how that comes off. We'll be putting that back on. And then of course with the power, since I got this in here, here's your power cord through the back. A lot of the routing, you're going to be looking at routing it probably something like this, where that cord is going to, or the cable, I'm sorry, is going to kind of come around here. This, of course, is going to be where your motherboard's going to sit. Here is your standoff screws. So this cable is going to kind of come, swoop around. Power supply is going to be here, and it's going to have the connection down here at the bottom. Like I said, with the bottom of the case, it's going to have that cutout right here. So if I kind of just, oh, my cable tie out of there. I got this on the right way. So I have something like that. You'll have stuff like this right here where there's going to be your connection. You'll also have access to the power supply, the little power switch. Sometimes we forget to switch that on or off, and you're going to thank us later that we gave you a nice little access point, not just for the power plug itself, but you know, to be able to access the power supply for this guy right here. The little switch, on, off. This guy right here. So sometimes that can be missed. And the last thing we want you to do is have to pull your power supply completely out just to flip that, to put it right back in. So got a nice little option there for you on that too. Oh, and just give you a little bit of a size fitment option. So here is what the SFX looks like inside the bracket. And as you can see, you still have your mounting points there, access to your switch, and then all the cables and everything are going to be up. So as this goes into the case, here, let me just get this out of the way. As this goes into the case, oh yeah, another thing to tell you. Let's see. There you go. Now you can see them both. There is two sets, right? So there's a bottom set and a top set. And the reason why we have two options is for a couple of different things. One is, of course, for your power supply. as far as the actual size goes, right? I can set the SFX on here, but with the SFX on the upper position, it does kind of gap out here a little bit on the bottom. So you do have an option to go lower where it's a little bit more flush than with the bottom here with the case. And then the other things that you have too with this is that, as you can see, where's my... And I think you guys are going to get a laugh out of this. So this is our SFXL 1000 watt. This was one of our first power supplies that we did with the 1000 watt, but this is the older model. This is, as you can see right here, the ATX 3.0 series for the SFX 1000. This is actually an SFXL, as you can see. And then one of the newer units that we have, this one being from our 3.1 series that has the 5.1 Gen 5 12V2x6 connector on it, which I know is important. Safety, right? Especially for power. This is our new shrink down version of in a true SFX format. So as you can see, the power supplies themselves are the same width, but they got a lot more height. But dude, isn't this crazy? This is 1000 watts. We have a 1200 watt coming in this same size, and these little bad boys right here can power your 5080, 5090, no problem. So kind of interesting for something like that in the size range, as you can see there with the little bit of the height difference on the two. But as far as the bracket goes, I mean, I left the cables on this one so you can kind of see that this guy's gonna stick up a little bit higher on the bracket. But as far as the case configuration goes, don't worry about making sure you only get like an SFX. You can get an SFXL, and that can still mount there in that, even with the extra height. And then you still have a good amount of room for the cables. I mean, I know I got to mount it all in here. We'll be doing this later on this month with the streams. We'll be going over PSU install, motherboard install, the whole kit and caboodle. Today, we're just talking about the case and showing you guys the options, as we're so excited about the launch, man, and getting this little travel case out the door to you guys. So nice little option there for the bracket. Of course, the bracket's removable. I love that. I can put my power supply in here, secure this in, drops back in, 2 screws on either side. Done. Good to go. One thing that I might suggest when you're doing the build, and it would be something that I'll bring up again when we get to this part on the actual installation of this. And yeah, this has the right here. There's your 12V2x6 power connector, or your Gen 5 connector. Yeah, these little guys have this. But just remember, SFX or SFXL for the case, you can't put a standard ATX power supply in there. So that's definitely a limitation, but hey, it's for the size. But another thing to suggest too would be to plug in the plug before you go in to mount it, because I have noticed, and I think this is a great example. It depends on which power supply you guys get. Of course, we have to have a case that has a compatibility for it, but not every power supply is the same. And here's a pretty easy example. Now, with this one, as far as how this goes, look at the orientation. Let me take the cables out of this one just so I can lay it down flat. So I'll set my cables over there. But look, what's different, chat? What's different, chat? So this was a new thing for me too. I didn't realize this. So with an SFXL, my power plug is more, I guess you would call this standard, but as far as the orientation, this is rotated. Now, this would be something you can experience, of course, with us, but definitely with others too, as far as that plug orientation. How did we make sure that that wasn't an issue? Now, if you have an SFXL type of power supply, well, you're kind of in luck, because with this, it can drop right down here into the case. And then as you can see with the power plug, it's actually a lot more convenient because the power plug then mounts sideways like that. And it kind of goes along with the cutouts here for the case. But hey, this is Thermaltake Live. We got to show you all the ins and outs for this. So if you have a power supply that's an SFX, you may have one that has a rotated power cable on it. And with a rotated power cable, as you see how I install it in here, this is going to become something where you could have a problem with that hanging out of the case too far, right? It's hanging outside the case. So hence, if you have an SFX, you can move it to the upper mount and then be able to have the clearance for the bottom of the case, even though, because, well, more or less because the orientation of the plug. Who would have thought it? The plug orientation could really make or break your build on this, but we made sure to accommodate 2 different slots for those different configurations. So cool stuff there with that. Really, really cool stuff there with that. And then, of course, with the power cord itself, I know a lot of people would probably ask me, absolutely. It is 100% removable. So being able to take the plug actually out during your building, or at least it's, I would say for certain parts of the build. I'm just going to take the screws out so I can show you guys what I'm talking about here in a minute. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of times these are just push clipped in, and it's something you have to push to pop it out, right? We've designed this specifically to have 2 screws on it, so that way it has the accessibility of being able to remove the entire cable, right? So right there. I'm able to remove the entire cable there then from the case. Now, when you're doing your installations when you're doing your build with this, you're going to want to leave this in, because eventually once you get to the power supply part, and I would say the power supply part's going to be closer to one of the first things that you do, you're going to want to just leave this in as far as how it's going, and then you plug this in and get your power supply installed. But leave a little bit of slack on this, as you might want to move the cable there for a couple of things as you're doing your installation and get everything all set up in there. And you just don't want this in your way, right? So it's really nice that I can do that, and I can move this out of the way. And that's going to segue me to the next part, which is your motherboard. Now, one of the things that we do, and as you can see right here, I have a beautiful, this is an ASRock, this is a Z890i Nova Wi-Fi. Look at this cute little guy right here. Cute little motherboard right here. This is going to be what you're more or less going to be looking at as far as how you're going to be using this. Your PCI is going to be on the top side. It's not going to be on the bottom side as far as that. So in a way, I guess you kind of consider this a rotation to the motherboard as far as how it fits into the case. I think it's kind of cool. And then, by the way, you also have 2 captive standoffs here. So when I go to drop my motherboard in, as you see, just like so, it kind of locks it into place. And that's because you have the captive standoffs right there. So it's not really going to kind of move around too much, making it a little bit easier for you to be able to do those installs. Waffle looks like it just closed right there for the time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it back on until I kind of wrap up what I got going on here. Give you guys a couple extra minutes. Sorry, Blue, I missed out on the hydrate. Cheers to you, man. It's a lot of talk on some of that stuff. So if you didn't get in on that waffle for those last minute entries, now is your time. We're going to be doing our giveaway here, probably about 10, 15 minutes. Let me wrap up with this and we'll get to waffling, all right? Want everybody to get the entries in, man. Good luck. If you're already in, you're good. You're already in, you're good. You don't have to do it again. You don't have to do it 5 times. I should probably make it so you have to do it 5 times. That'd be funny. So your motherboard's going to go in like this as far as how it's going to install. I mean, I really do like this because I can kind of even do this and I'm not really worried about the board, but look how nice and flush that is there on the back as far as how it's going to go with the case. Again, like I said, the PCIe is going to be up here, kind of like in the way a little bit. If I can get in just a little bit closer. Wow, I can get in. There we go. Let me see. Get this set. 1 second here. Now, with the motherboard being installed into the case like this, the one thing that you can definitely notice is that with the power plug and where it goes, this can be a little bit of a trouble as far as getting to that screw. As you can see here, I'm pretty good. but you might not necessarily be, or this thing might be in the way. So like I said, removing the 2 screws from that, I can lift this up out of the way and have plenty of extra room right there. So if that helps you out, awesome. That's what it's all about, trying to make the install a little bit easier. And that way it doesn't make it feel like this is too much in your way. You know what I'm saying? And they got that. 4 screws that are going to go on there with that. Of course, as we go through with the build, we'll talk a little bit more about the motherboard, but just kind of giving you guys a little bit of a reference as far as what the board's going to look like. Your power is going to more or less sit about right here. And this is going to be, for the most part, this side of the case. Now, of course, you're going to have your AIO pump on there. You have your options for your AIO on the top, and then you're going to have all the cables and everything right here. So it's going to be quite busy. As you can see, you have a couple of very much needed cable tie down points on the case right there. A lot of that stuff I feel is going to be kind of connected here. You'll also have your IO panel coming in because you got your 24, you got your 3.0, your type C, all right there, and serial ATA if you plan to add a secondary type of drive besides storage. And funny enough, right here on the front side of the case, as you can see, there are 2 points here to mount SSDs on the inside front of the case, just to give you a little bit more options for the storage, which I think is really, really cool. I think that right there is really, really cool. So I think when we get into the installation, you'll understand a little bit more. It's a tight space in there with a lot of that, but at the same time, it's kind of like, what do you do first, second, and third, so you don't have to backtrack too much, right? So I'm definitely going to try to do my best. I have not built in this myself. Like I don't get like Thursdays to build a system and, you know, figure it out beforehand. I just kind of just like to run with it. So we're just going to run with it next week and kick off the build. But I think I got a pretty good idea from experience in building. But again, this is a different case for me. It's an SFF case. I honestly have never built in one. So this is definitely a lot of fun for me, getting to get into something a little bit different. Now, besides the connections for the power and the motherboard, as far as how that's all going to be routed, your different brackets that you're going to have there with the case. You're also going to have some other things that are going to be required versus optional, and that's going to be the riser cable. So the riser cable itself is going to be another option that you're going to get in the box. And this is like one of the first cases we've done where the riser cable's required. It's not something that you get as an option to go vertical with the graphics card. Because to be funny, the card is going to be vertical in the case already based on the orientation as far as how it's set up, right? So we'll probably jump to our waffles here first, and then we'll come back and talk about some riser action. But I thought it was kind of neat to show you guys, at least before we get started with that, that would like something like the matcha, you're going to get a black riser cable, right? Because it's got to match the interior. But, and we haven't done this too much. I mean, we've definitely done this before, but it was something I wanted for the longest time. And that was a riser cable in white. A while back, it was a little bit more difficult. Updated technology. We got a nice white riser cable here. Of course, these are PCI Express 4.0, and yes, they will work with your 50 series cards. Granted, they're not 5.0, but if you can understand, this was all out before that. I'm not sure if we're going to do a 5.0 replacement cable for later, but this cable, or this riser, is required for the case, where the other ones, of course, would be optional for that. But 5.0 riser cables definitely are a topic. I'm already seeing them on Amazon. And of course, we at Thermaltake already have some stuff in the works. So stay tuned for that as far as what we might do and come out with later on. And it kind of reminds me of like when we did the riser cable testing, when the 4.0 riser cables came out and we did all those benchmarks. So that might be some fun benchmark streams to get back into. I'm kind of excited to do that again and then compare that from before when we went from 3.0 to 4.0, and now we can go from 4 to 5. But the good news is I've heard that the degradation of this being 4.0 versus 5.0 is nothing major. It's a very minimal. A lot of the reviewers I've seen out there, a lot of that, they're talking more or less about the motherboard ports, because if you know, like, AM5 and stuff like that, those are running PCI Express 5.0 on the motherboard versus like 4.0. But sadly, I've also seen people with 4.0 motherboards buying a 5.0 cable and expecting it to run at 5.0. So stuff like that is definitely not the solution. That won't work. So make sure you know your PCI bandwidth speeds and why it matters, right? Your compatibility for that. You know what I mean? But I like that you know, you're depending on what you're going to get. And this is a very unique riser cable. Oh my gosh. I almost totally forgot to show you guys this. So this is a one-off riser cable. This is specifically only for the travel case. And here is why. Because the way the case goes, like if I have, here's the case, right? Motherboard's here. This is going to be your riser cable, right? Graphics is going to go on this side. So the riser cable has a 90 on it, first and foremost on this side. This plugs into the motherboard like this, and then this wraps around to the case over to this side. And as you can see over here, this is our first 180-degree riser cable, because it's a 90 with a 180 on it. It's like something out of X Games as far as riser cables go, but this allows us to be able to mount the, you know, plug in from the motherboard side and then mount the graphics card on the opposite side of the case as far as how it fits in here, being able to give you the options there for the graphics and all that. And then here's going to be your little mounting points there for the riser cable. But yeah, 180-degree mount on this. And as you can see, dude, it's all backed up. I mean, we've been doing risers for a long time now. I have not had problems with riser cables in a very long time. Like I said, I'm excited for 5.0 stuff, but I think the durability of this, the shielding on this is all the same like what we've done with the 4.0s. Really good on the EMI. And to be fair, with like a little bit of testing, and I mean, I'm being super honest, like a little bit of testing, we ran a 5080 card plugged into the motherboard versus plugged into a riser cable, and you know, did like a 3D mark benchmark, and with the PCI Express test, and the numbers are actually very marginal. So definitely something I want to test more of, but I do know that a 50 series card will boot with this no problem and get in, you know, everything's good, and I'm not seeing, it's definitely not, you know, night or day on the performance. Like if a 4.0, 5.0 is a must need, but I could definitely see a lot of people wanting to move to 5 eventually when it comes out, and or when we can get some stock. Am I right? I think a lot of people were trying to get their hands on that sweet NVIDIA stuff last week, but hang in there, guys. More are coming. Hang in there, guys. More are coming, you know? So, lot of stuff with that. I mean, as far as with the riser cable and knowing you're going to have to use that and how it's going to go in here. There's also some other things with the case to talk about. And I think a lot of that, as far as what we'll be showing it more, make more sense as we kind of go forward with the build, you know, as we go forward with the build there. Oh, but let's take a quick little break here. Anything with networking? No. Got to do a kickflip with your 50 series? Absolutely. Got to do a kickflip. It's basically to create a gatekeeper between you and the internet. Well, yeah, no, I get that stuff, but I mean, we're talking about a case here, guys. We're talking about not a router. It's not a router. Sorry, not you. No worries, dude. I just wanted to jump in and just be funny about it. That's all, you know. No, I know. I had to, all right. Kitchen's closed. Not with that attitude. Kitchen's closed. Kitchen is closed. I hope everybody got in. Wow, we had many waffles today. Many waffles today. See, where'd my... Making sure everything's looking good, man. Making sure everything's looking good. It's tough to come back and look at like stream stuff while streaming to make sure everything's, but it seems like everything's good. Seems like everything's been going good. Let's see, is it this one? No. That's fine. That's fine. All right. We don't need anybody naked. Okay. Lots of syrup. Are you guys ready? Not gonna lie, I'm kind of happy 5080 is worse than 4090, so I don't feel compelled to update. Dude, good. I can preach that, man. I've been hearing that more and more every day, dude. I've been hearing it more and more that people are like, hold on to those 4090s, man. But, you know, give them time. Give the drivers time, dude. If you've been around those launches, you know. But, you know, sometimes, you know, it's just certain things, you know what I mean? It's just, it depends on the game, depends on what you're doing. There's so much involved with it, you know, but I get where a lot of people are going with that. And, you know, it's a lot of money right now, right? It's a lot of money right now. So maybe they'll have a discount. Maybe they'll have a discount. But how about this for a discount? Let's go waffle time. Uh-oh. Okay, cool. Wait. No! All right. We're just gonna deal with it. We're just gonna deal with it. My NVIDIA broadcast just broke. No! There we go. Fixed. Here, I'll just hide here. I'll hide here in the waffle bushes. No one's gonna take my waffle fun away from me. Do you hear me? No one. No one's gonna touch my waffles. Please let me win. Let's go, baby. Good luck. We had a monitor winner last time, baby. Ooh, big monitor winner. My humps. All right, here we go. First winner of the stream. Let's go, Berg Beezer, come on down. Berg Beezer. Let's go, baby. Congrats, dude. GG's, my friend. Hey, yo, let's go. Congrats, man, on winning the waffle. All right, I think you know how it goes, my friend. You say spin it, you're going to win it. Good luck to you. Good luck to you, my friend. Let me know. Fingers on the trigger, baby. Good luck, good luck. Spin it, he says. Let's go. Come on, baby. Woo, 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 woo. Dude, nice, bro. Scoring an AIO cooler of your choice. Dude, that's huge, man. Congratulations. Everybody needs a new AIO. Visit our website, thermaltakeusa.com. It's your prize, your way around here at Thermaltake Live. Go check out those 420s, those 360s. Get one with a screen, man. Have some fun. Good luck. Next one could be you guys. Make sure you guys stay waffling. But music is way louder. Good. No, I'm just kidding. Let me turn it. Oh, I forgot to turn it down. Sorry. I'm having all kinds of problems, as you can tell, but we're not gonna not waffle. All right. One more. Are you ready? Who's it gonna be? Who's gonna join him? Who is gonna join him? I know I was too, actually. I think that was the problem. All right. Who's going to join him? Let's go. B Garcia over on YouTube. B Garcia over on YouTube. Congratulations. Are you there? Dude, I know. Keep playing good. Keep playing good. You got this, baby. You got this. GG's to B Garcia over on YouTube. Check your tabs. You've won the waffle. Make sure you lock into your... Yes! They are here. Let's go, B. Garcia. Congratulations on winning our weekly waffle. Let's go, baby. All right. Finger is on the trigger. You say spin it, and you're gonna win it. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Waiting for you. It's bad luck if you don't tell me to go. Awesome. Spin it, he says. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Oh my God, we almost had another. Oh my God, it's so close. Got a TT Gear win on there. Man, that one was close though. Like, bro. If this was Vegas, you'd be hoping for it to like go and go right on the line. TT Gear is the prize, though. Congratulations. Either way, you got some fun options there for you. Grab a new mouse, grab a new keyboard, headset. We got a lot of options with our TT Gear. You want to check it out. Either way, let me know. Both you guys make sure that you message me on Discord. Verify that you are a meat popsicle. And we get those waffles going, baby. All right? If you guys have any questions or anything like that too, dude, feel free to hit me up on Discord. Happy to help out with the choices and everything. Again, thermaltakeusa.com only. Product has to be in stock. Congratulations, guys. They get to pick what they want. He gets to pick if he wants a mouse, keyboard, mouse pad. It doesn't matter to me. You want a monitor arm? No problem. I'm good with it. That's what we want to do here at Thermaltake Live. And then for our AIO winner, man, he's got a lot of options there. CPU cooling only, though, okay? No CPU RAM coolers. CPU cooling only, okay? I have to limit it a little bit. But, man, if you want a 120, 240, 360, or 420 AIO, we got you, man. Pick your prizes like you pick your nose. All right. That's going to wrap up our waffle here for this week. We do this each and every week as we stream. We usually have about two picks. Maybe one day we'll do three. Maybe one day we will do three. But either way, congratulations, you guys. Thanks for waffling with us. When's Spaceballs 2 coming out, man? All right. All right. Today's the day. It is? Not today. 3 picks for 400? I don't know. How many people we got watching right now? About 200? 175? Of course, I don't know if that's even, it's probably right. My OBS got so hosed, bro. I lost like so many things. Like I don't have like certain things open. I'm just like, whatever. We're just gonna waffle regardless. We're gonna waffle regardless. That doesn't matter. Streaming. Yeah, we'll just roll with this for a bit. Why not? Fun little case though, right? I think it's got some really cool options in here. You just bump that down. There we go. I have it like rocking out here for me, dude. I am blasting this right now, dude. It was really good. It was really, really good. But yeah, no, I'm definitely talking about, I'm definitely in the works for some other prize stuff for you guys. So make sure you give us a follow. You never know. You might be the waffle winner next week. We might have something new. You never know. All right, we've talked enough about power. I think we'll come back and talk more about the power on the case as we go forward with the install. Let's talk about what else you can do to the case itself. Like, what are you telling me there's more? Absolutely. Now, besides being able to remove the floor off of the case, it's actually kind of funny. There's also a GPU bracket holder. And this little guy, come here. He's got like a cool little channel action right here. Hold on. Do I have to, did it slide? It's just, oh, do I got to take this? I got to loosen this, I think, to get this back off. Yeah. I think that just kind of twisted as far as how it went. Because it kind of, Dude, I don't want to break it. Hold on. It's got like 3 little screws on the back here. This is your GPU holder for the graphics card. It's just when I was taking off the bottom part of the case, it kind of just popped off. And it's got like a, as you can see, little brace right here for your GPU to kind of brace up against it, holds it in place. But then it's just like, I just had to loosen it up a little bit so I can get it back. Yeah, there we go. So we can get it back down in there. So as you can see, you got some fun stuff you can do. Some fun stuff. But no, it's, if you're going to travel with it, right, you're going to want to make sure that you can brace something like the graphics card, especially in a position where the card is vertical. Actually, it's probably better that it's vertical versus horizontal, like a standard kind of mount in a travel case, because then you'd just be putting foam and worried that it's going to break your PCI slot. So I think that's a nice positive of going vertical in this case, is because with the graphics card the way it is, it really is secured, not only by your expansion slots in the back, but you're going to have this cool little GPU guy that this is more or less to kind of get your length. And certain cards, and we'll use our cardboard card here as an example, but certain cards that you have might have some different adjustment as far as where it goes, depending on where you might have some fans maybe, or the way the shroud is held or designed, right? Like on the case. Now, one of the things that's really neat about this too is inside your accessory box. I don't want to get it mixed up because we're going to be building in this one. Inside your accessory box, besides these cool, look at these Thermaltake little Velcro strips right here. Look at this. Whoa! It's like a headband. Daniel-san! Daniel-san. This is what it's used for. You're welcome. Free gift inside the box. Free gift inside the box. You're welcome. Little headband right there. Keeps your hair out of your face. You know, late night sweating, building. You don't want to have any of those problems. You know what I mean? It's one piece. Wait, what is this? Wait. Oh. Check this out. I'm trying to be excited, okay? Look, check this out. So, as you just saw me kind of spin this all the way out, you'd probably wonder, Mike, what kind of cable would you use this for? Commercial? But let me see if I can get in close enough. You see right there? You see right there? You know what that is? That is a perforation. You see what you see? Is that a perforation? Can I? Oh. Make your own? Make your own? We just give them the full, it's like an LED, it's like an LED strip, like Pig said. Dude, this is so cool. This is so cool. I've never seen us do this before. There we go. I just cable managed myself. You can make cool little bracelets with it. You can make nose rings with it. See? Branding. Branding. Ugh. So every giveaway on this channel is America only. America and Canada. USA and Canada. Sorry, we don't do any other international stuff. Throw that one in the, it's going in the swag bag. If somebody gets a short little, well, it's right here. If somebody gets one of these, you know, you just clean the ends. It'll be fine. So does that mean the black one? See, so this is what you start with, right? And then once you build in several Thermaltake cases, you can go and apply to get your black belt. For only the experienced ones that know how to bend the tube, that will get the official Thermaltake black belt. Thermaltake black belt. Sold right here. Included, you get one for free in every Thermaltake travel case. Choose wisely on your colors. Choose wisely. Sorry. That was cool. I didn't know that it was like that. That's awesome. I've never thought about that. What do you think? What do you think? It's even bendable. I love it. It's extra flexible. Keeps my, you know. And then you can break it apart, you know, for all my man bun family out there. But no, jokes aside, your little slide bracket right here also comes with this little retention clip. Oh my God, I'm not going to be able to be serious the rest of the stream now. Let me show you. So see how you got the little slide lock action going right here, right? Yeah, so you can, there we go. So what this is gonna do is this, as you see it has a screw on it. This is going to be your kind of like your sandwich or your pinch for your graphics card. It drops in, you have different little spots for it as far as where you want it to go. And then once you kind of get like the neighborhood as far as where you have it, you can then tighten it to kind of get that little extra, and that's why there's a screw right there. So with this particular little clip, what I would recommend to do, because the way it's going to come out of the box, it's going to already be fully like that's as far in as it's going to go. You see what I'm saying? So back the screw out just a little bit, so that way you have a little bit of wiggle room there. Then with your card installed, you'll figure this out. You'll install your graphics, and then you can drop this in here. And then once this is installed, I can then come in with the screwdriver and I can tighten this to give it a nice good grab on the GPU from the farther end side. So really does help secure the card into place in the case, and you got a good amount of adjustability. And like I said, I think with the way your card could come, as far as where it's going to go, this little guy right here, you know, you might be able to kind of go here, but maybe it might be something where it's going to hit this part, and then you just move it to like right here in the middle. Or maybe you put it here on the tail end, so that way you got bracing on both sides of the card to kind of hold it in well. No, this isn't the 5090. This is the totally a 4090. This is the old model. This is our old model that we have. It's totally a 4090 Thermaltake. You know, when we couldn't get 4090s, this is what we had to do. But I will tell you, I will definitely tell you, we were able to get our hands on some 5080, 5090s. So luckily we don't need this. And I gotta say too, man, the 50 series cards not being like quad slot or more in width is a real big savior for cases like this. I mean, the length, we got you. I've put a 4090 Strix in here, one of the biggest cards in the market. The freaking cooler actually goes edge to edge. So like the card itself could not be brought in. It had to go in behind this lip here and then fit in. And you're like, how did you do that? And it's like, well, we did some more stuff to the case. You know, I'm gonna put the base back on it because it's kind of weird how it looks weird. Let me put the base back on here. Hold on one second. I still think it's cool that it comes off though. And it's gonna make it super easy for the install. So with the way the graphics card's gonna go inside the case, if you really want to maximize the space, and don't get me wrong, we have the clearance specifications on our website. You can go take a look, see the clearance as far as how long graphic card wise, you know, you can fit in here into the case. If you need help, we have it here on the website. I wanted to see if the what's-it-called would still work. But if you go in here, go see how this is specification. There's no download just yet. You can click on specification, scroll to the bottom, and here's gonna be your VGA length limitation. It's gonna be right there, 360 millimeters. We also have a width limitation of 70 millimeters. So this information is right here under clearance. It's usually always at the bottom of our specifications tab. And then in regards to like, if you wanted to look at the manual, I think the web team is still updating this, but if you go into, I think, trying to think, no, I think it might be on Global. We'll have to figure out the link, but we'll get the manuals up for this one soon. I think if you go over to Global, it is there. Let's just see real quick. And I think it's just something where we got to link it over. Oh man, they put this up already. Nice. You guys see this? You guys see this? This is the new View 380 XL. This is a brand new case that's coming. We didn't have it at CES, and we're hoping to have it in March. I'm really excited for this in the build. Go check this out. If you like the View 380, you like the View 270, you're really gonna like the View 380 XL. So take a look at that. That's kind of like just a little bit of a teaser, especially this new gravel sand one that's right here. But let's see if I go to our travel case. Let's see if it's on Global page. Oh, no. So we're probably waiting on the print for the manual for it there. It's okay. I was curious if it was up or whatnot, but I guess I did kind of sneak that 380 XL though, so you guys might want to check that out. We've got some early samples of it already, so we've been taking a look at the case, and I'm definitely planning to do some builds in that, hoping to line that up with March, so we'll see what happens with that, okay? So yeah, it's a bigger version of the View 380. A little bit more wiggle room, man. Did we waffle yet? Yeah, we waffled already, sorry. But yeah, little GPU bracket. I mean, it's a travel case, right? It's got to make sense. So I like that we have the options for this, as well as the little retention clip to put it in. And I hope that's pretty straightforward for you guys to understand how that, how that works, right? Now, if the GPU clip and everything aside, and understanding that, and having fun with your headbands, there are still a couple more things here with the case. Kind of hidden things, but we got some other fun stuff going on, so let's kind of take it one at a time. So you got a filter in here. We'll go ahead and we'll pull this out. I mean, we're gonna break the case down. We might as well break it all the way down. But look right here. So your cooling options for your AIO that you more or less are going to be putting in here. You have options for 240, 280, so like a dual fan AIO, but one of the things that we definitely wanted to do was not make you have to deal with installing that there, so without being able to remove a bracket. So we made this easier as well. And this is definitely going to save me a lot, especially with this being like a tight space. 4 screws, 2 on each side. And this is going to allow me to remove the radiator bracket out of the top of the case. Dude, this opens up even more as you were kind of going through. I'm probably going to put the AIO in last, but the fact that I can just kind of take this out of the case, I can put my AIO, mount everything to the bracket, and then bring the whole thing in is huge. I mean, in a small case, that's a huge option there for me. I'm not sitting here trying to do this, hold this thing in here and trying to screw this in. Because if you can understand, both the fan and the rads have to be on the inside. You can't put anything there on the top side. So the fact that this is removable is the biggest, coolest thing in this small little case. No, there's a lot of cool little features, but this is definitely something that's a must, I would say, for what a lot of people are looking for, you know, with today's type of builds, right? And just look at that. Look at how much that opens it up. I mean, to kind of go back, I know I put it back on, but like, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I mean, I like room. I have big hands. I like being able to get in here and not have to go between stuff like this. It's actually kind of nice too. It's all rounded. It's not going to like cut the you know what out of yourself. So it's all nice. All these edges are not sharp and everything. So that's convenient. You know, I mean, I know a lot of us talk about, well, if you don't spill your own blood, then you're not building. I get all of that. But let's try to make stuff a little bit easier for us. A little safer too, right? So I love how that comes out. Gives you that nice access there for, you know, as you're doing your cable management, installing your motherboard, just trying to plug connectors in. It's really a nice little feature with that. Now, kind of piggybacking on that feature, there is some other options in here too. And they're kind of hard to show without getting it set up. But as you can see, this right here is your riser cable. Like, it's like a little bracket for the riser cable. So meaning that with your riser cable that you have, where this is going to be your 180, this is going to bend down like this. You're going to plug into the motherboard, and this is going to bend down and over. And then that's going to then, of course, connect up to the 2 mounts that are right down here on the back side, right? But we want to kind of be able to hold that into place a little bit better. So for that, we created a little top. I don't know if you can call it a bracket. Maybe it's just, it's more of just like, you know, just like a guide maybe. But this little thing comes off right here on the top for the PCIe, as you can see. And then that comes off. So I'd recommend taking this off as well before starting your build, because as you go through with the installation of your riser cable is actually going to go in like that. And this is going to come right down here on top. And it's going to kind of, one, give it a nice little clean look, and it's going to kind of hold this in here a little bit better as far as how you do it. But one of the things that I could say is it's probably one of the first things that you want to take off. And before the AIO, it's definitely something you got to remember to put back in. Because as you go to put your AIO bracket back in here on the top with the AIO, it's going to be impossible to get this back in. So it's up to you. You don't necessarily need it, but it's a nice little option, kind of helps you wrangle your cables a little bit better. And it's a nice little retention, I guess you would say. So extra little clip here for the PCIe riser cable. I mean, you could always just go over the top, but we made it like this just for you. So feel free to take full advantage of that. But wait, there's more. But wait, there is more. Oh man, there is more. And I mean, when you look at this case, how you're like, where? How? What's removable? Look at this. What comes off? What else is in there? Is it maybe this little bracket down here? No. This is all riveted in, by the way. The centerpiece or your center bracket here, this is all riveted in. It's a little flimsy once everything's taken off, so be a little careful with it. But once everything's re-braced back on here, it really does help. That actual brace in regards to this does actually help with the rigidness of this because it has such a big cutout here for the motherboard, right? And then another section over here for the power. So you kind of look, I mean, dude, plenty of room in there. But looking at the case, there is one more little secret here on the case itself. And yes, the PCI Express slots do come out as far as these do, but one step further that we did here at Thermaltake is the entire expansion slot back of the case. Oh, bumped it with the camera, sorry. The entire back slot comes out. So 3 screws on the back, as you can see. So 3 screws on the back, here, here, and here. Those remove those. And then as you rotate the case over here onto the side, there's 2 more screws located here. And these are some different screws too, just to kind of give you a little bit of a comparison. When you're looking at the screws for the back of the case, they're the flathead, a little bit thicker ones. And then these are a little bit thinner, kind of like you would say like your SSD screws that you would have here for the side. So just kind of keep track of where you're removing stuff. Take pictures, stuff like that always really kind of helps so you don't have to remember too much about it. And then once you have all 4 of those, this entire thing comes out. Now, why this really changes a lot of options and also helps you maximize the total space as far as the graphics card. And I wasn't joking about a graphics card going behind this lip and literally maxing out the case in regards to how your graphics card is going to fit in here. This being able to remove the entire slot, you have a riser cable where, you know, your riser cable is going to sit in here just like this. So the riser cable's already on there on the case itself, right? So this would already be in, but now that this whole back section is removed, it's not necessarily about the option of coming in like this with your graphics, but the fact that you can now go down, under, and then be able to come back and then put this in here because you can theoretically attach these together just like this. And once you have these attached here to this bracket, I can bring this bracket in like so and set it up just like that. And then that way, if my card does actually go over the edge right there, this is what makes it possible so that that would actually mount in there. So I think that's a nice little add-on feature with the case to give you the most for your graphics options in such a tiny, small form factor case, right? And I mean, the same thing too. It's a 3 slot. You can go a little bit over, maybe like a 3.5 on the slotting there. We do have the specifications up on the website, like I was showing earlier, about the VGA length as well as the width as far as how thick it goes. But I mean, 3 slots. The nice thing is that the newer cards that NVIDIA has out aren't super thick, definitely not thicker than what we had with the 40 series, but at the same time, I fit a 4090 in here just the same, and that's not a small card, and that's saying a lot when you're looking at a small form factor case. So we had to utilize almost the entire side of the case just for your graphics, but we felt that's what you wanted, so that's why we did it. And this literally is, for the most part, the full breakdown of your travel case. Cool, huh? That's it. That's the case. Lots of access. Makes it real easy. I mean, you know, I know these things come in a lot of different colors, but at the same time, I could see a lot of people wanting to maybe do something else with it. You know, change up some color options, you know, do a little bit more, you know, your mod, your way. This case is very friendly for people that want to do that. take those parts out. This is real easy right here to be able to allow you to, like, if you wanted to paint it or do some type of design with it, you got a lot of options, and it's very open. It's very open. So take care, John. Have a great week. Happy hump day, man. Have a good one. Yeah, we're going to be wrapping up here soon, actually. I just wanted to talk about all the fun. There's so many things. There's so many things with the case. And I'm super happy for OBS not totally botching it. Let's go. Streaming. I love it. All right. So here we go. Let's see. Which one's the front? Let's see. Throw that back in there like that. Throw the bottom in there like that. Screw that down. Ooh. Make sure I don't bend those cables too much. Get that in there. Little side plate over here. That kind of holds it in without even having to screw that in right there like that. I mean, yeah, I put those brackets back. I'll put those brackets back on later. Travel case. Nice and easy. I think it's got a lot of options in something very small. I think we hit the marks on a lot of things that really were questions I had going like, oh man, how are we going to do some of these things? And I'm glad to see that they thought about it. So from the power cutouts for the power supply and the compatibility for that, giving you those options for SFX or SFXL, to the graphic mounting riser cable, how that goes in there, maximizing that side of the case. And then, you know, all the fun little things that you get there with that. And it coming in a couple of different colors. Cool little stuff, right? Now, what did we want to, let's play around a little bit. So I want to ask you guys, you know, my guys that like to hang out at the end of the stream, right? My diehards, my hump day heroes, Let me ask you this. Do you think with like the colors and stuff, we should sell just the color panel separately? Would you guys want to mix and match without having to buy another case? Silly magnets. That's like, it's funny because like, literally, like with the matcha case, right? Like if this was matcha, I could change out like a couple of different things. But like, what if I wanted to matchamize my snow? And just go with something totally different. This is actually kind of interesting. Let's make you could make it. You could do some weird stuff. And the best part is you can do this with all the cases that have the different colors, right? And just think, all the other fun that you can have if you wanted to change out the side panels and everything like that. It's definitely something that's like I've been thinking about, as far as like, what if we just offered like the panels and colors and you could just buy just the panel, right? And you'd be able to buy it in the colors, or it might be an option for something like that. That could be an interesting thing. I don't know. I don't know if we would do all the panels either, right? I think it would basically be the sides and the top, and we'd sell the sides and the top as like another like alternative color, maybe in a kit, versus like individual panels, because there's too much stuff, right? It's literally too much stuff. But maybe if we did something where you could buy like a color kit for the case to kind of change it around even further than what you would get it for, right? This might be a cool little option, you know? I'm curious on what you guys think. Get Kenny on the phone. Chad has decided. I'll let him know. I'll let him know. We've already talked about stuff like that. It's interesting to see just how much you guys love to customize things. And I think we have to nail it in regards to getting the right colors for the options for the cases that you guys want to play with. Because I know a lot of times people will do a build, and once the build's done, it's done. I'm not going to go back in and play with it unless I'm going to change something up or I'm going to upgrade it. But every now and then, you know, like with the screens, if you want to put like an LCD screen in here later, you have the interchangeable front panel for it, and you can kind of mix all that up. I mean, I was thinking about doing the travel case build and doing it where, you know, it's just all the panels all mixed up. We have a white bottom, we have black interior, blue top, green sides. You know, just do the whole thing like that, right? You know, I mean, you can change the feet. You could do all kinds of stuff with it. But, you know, I would say, like, what does this look like maybe with, like, the matcha front and, like, the green panels, right? Or even further, like, say, like, if I have the matcha one like this. I got to be honest, I think this is really cool. I think this, like, black and white combo would definitely be one of my first choices. And I would think that we would offer the top, maybe even like something like replacing this part too. Like, it's interesting, but I got to tell you, this whole like black and white combo like this is kind of interesting. And then you would have the choice depending on if you got like a black case or the snow edition, as far as if you want the interior to be white or black. And it would kind of give you like two different options, really make you think about, you know, how you want to like purchase some stuff, right? I mean, I can put the white panels on the matcha. You know, it's weird, but it's the fact that everything's interchangeable, right? It's all the same stuff as far as the way the parts all go on there. I'm trying to think. I think they're symmetrical too. They're symmetrical too. So, easy mode. Easy mode. Have some fun. Have a tough time deciding on what you want to do. And then, yeah, you could mix up the fans and everything like that and put different fans on the inside. I can definitely see people doing that. I mean, even if you don't go with like a hydrangea blue fan, you might want to put some nice snow fans in there to match all the white. Maybe you got a white motherboard, white graphics card, you know, so on and so forth. There's a lot of cool things that can go along with that. And I think as we go forward with more of the colors, coming out with the travel case, other cases that we have coming out later on this year, this might be a fun idea to come back on and give you guys a little bit of different options. And the other thing that I like about it too is that it kind of opens the door to maybe doing colors that you can't get the case in and be able to do some really fun interchangeable stuff, where maybe we have red panels and then you want to do red and black. You buy the black case, you get the red panel accessories. Boom. Now you have a black and red case, and we're living in the early 2000s with motherboards that were just black and red only. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff to think about. And, you know, the more feedback that you guys give, I think the better. You know, we need your guys' feedback on stuff like this. Red October standing by. But I mean, like, you know, as far as other colors that we would have, if it's, you know, if it's a blue or it's a green, we even like, you know, think about like the yellow, even the bubble pink with the pink colors, the purple that's going to be coming out later. What if you want the, you know, you have the purple case? I think a lot of people are going to get that. But what if you had the black case already and you wanted to add some purple to it and we sold purple panels versus you having to spray paint it, right? So I think there's a lot of ideas. There's definitely nothing in concrete with this. This is just me kind of throwing this stuff out to you guys because I love doing that and telling you guys about the things that we got going on. Take notes, everybody else. But, you know, I think that we're going to have some fun stuff here with the colors. I don't see the color stopping. Matcha and chrome with brown fans. I mean, dude, you could strip the case down so far that I could literally take this case to my chromer and have him chrome the entire inside, and then I could put all the panels back. And it's not that I haven't done that before. I did that with guys, that's not even the View 71. That was the V71 prior to View, like stuff like that. So heck, I wish I had a chromer. Dude, there's lots. I'm in California, man. There's chromers all over the place, but you got to know the right guy. You know what I mean? But you got to have some options for people. And I think thinking like post-sale options, I think that might be something we could consider. I think that might be a nice little option for people. It's tough to say. We have to wait and see. Maybe we have some color kits at Computex. That color kits at Computex. Oh God, maybe I might be saying that. I don't know. We'll have to see. But that's a travel case, available now, currently in stock, not sold out. Yeah, I think we can still buy them. Let's see. Did you guys buy them all up? Let's go. Oh, add to cart. We're good. Any of them sold out? Still in stock, baby. Let's go. Still in stock. Oh, all right. Well, I think that is going to wrap it up for us today. Whoop. All right. Gold plate some PETG2, please. Yeah, I know, man. I know. We could. It's well, you can chrome plastic. I know a guy that can chrome plastic. So, possible. But you might want to not do it. Well, another time. All right. Hope you guys like the travel case. We're super excited to see somebody get into some new designs here from Thermaltake to kick off 2025. We got other stuff definitely down the road here for the rest of the year, but we got this now. If you're looking for something small and compact that has a lot of room for stuff, especially on the graphics side. So, you know, you got to do some video editing on the go or just get some gaming on the go, you might want to consider the TR100. We're going to be kicking off our AIO build next Wednesday. So if you guys want to come back, we're going to be starting our build, kind of going through a lot of those little tips and tricks to kind of help people out along the way. If you're watching this video now or you're watching this video later, once you get the case, as far as being able to see, hopefully, the right way to do it. I'll try my best, but we'll have some fun with that kicking off next week. And of course, as always, more waffles each and every Wednesday as you watch. So stay tuned for that. And again, thank you guys so much for all the follows, all the subs. NVIDIA for the raid. Much love to those guys over there in green. We need more stock. Hopefully they'll come through for us as they always do. All right. But until then, you guys take care. I think everything's broken over here on my side, but there was no way we weren't going to waffle today. So you guys have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your week. Again, happy hump day. We're halfway through. You guys have a good one. We'll see you next time. Stay tuned.